Some of you guys may be wondering, like, why is it so hard to fix your credit, okay? And here's the thing about it. When trying to fix your credit, the number one thing you should be going after first, all right, is removing old addresses off of your credit report. That's right. That's the number one thing you should be. Before you try to test anything, you need to remove old addresses, all right? So that means you need to go to LexisNexis. You need to go to CoreLogic, which is also SafeStream. You need to go to Clarity, which holds some of your data information, which is owned by Experian. You need to go to DataX, which is owned by Equifax. You need to go to Factor Trust, okay, which is owned by TransUnion. All right, you need to go to them and you need to get all of those old addresses removed. All right, now why is this important? Well, here's the thing about it. Whenever you send in a dispute, especially I made a video telling you guys why you shouldn't do things electronically and how you throw away your legal rights. But whenever you do a dispute, all right, and it's especially when it's done electronically, the credit bureaus, all they're going to do is send out this information, okay, over to these other credit bureaus, these third-party credit bureaus. All they're going to do is verify the name and the address, okay? Those are the things that they're going to verify, all right? So that's the reason, like, you get that letter in the mail that says we verified, all right? Now, here's where the credit bureaus lie to you. If they verify, then on your credit report, I forget what line it is, but on your credit report, it will say last date updated. Last time account has been updated. Guess what? They never update that, put the newest date on there when they verify, all right? So this itself is showing that they do not properly verify. All right, they do not properly verify, nor do they properly update, because there's a lot of changes and stuff. And I know a lot of people now, because people are in the process of trying to get a house. All right, they know that the market is starting to calm down. They're looking to get a house, and the rules are changing, especially if you're trying to get a FHA mortgage and stuff like that. With the rules changing, and how the rules are changing is that now with FHA announcing that they're going to be looking at your Vantage 4 score, and they're going to be looking at your FICO 10 score, all right, to take into consideration of you qualifying, because they're going to be using other data points, all right? So it ain't just going to be about looking at your FICO 5, your mortgage score, all right, or your FICO 2 or your FICO 3 mortgage scores. They're going to start looking at your FICO 10T, T as in Tom, and your Vantage 4 scores to consider you for more. These changes are starting to, they're going to take effect, all right? It's going to benefit a lot of people, but at the same time, other things that they're looking at, and again, like I told you about Clarity, DataX, Factor Trust, because they're going to start taking in consideration of banking data as well, all right? So where Chase was one of the ones that was going to start considering looking at your banking data to consider you getting a credit card and stuff like that, right? So they was going to start doing that, and they supposed to have started doing that this past September. And so they was going off of that information to determine if they want to give you a credit card. Back to removing stuff off of the credit report. Like I said, remove the old addresses first, all right? That's the first thing. Now, once you remove the old addresses, the next thing you're going to do, I would send in letters. I would not try to do this electronically. I would definitely not try to do this electronically, all right? Because you want to not give away your legal rights, all right? Now, another thing in reference to repairing your credit moving forward into 2023 is that looking at the credit bureaus, they do not, when they verify, they do not put that date on there, the date that they actually verified on your credit report. Okay, using that date against them, since they do not update or whatever, you can use that as count towards your statutes of limitations. Each state has their own statutes of limitations, meaning where the creditors can take any legal action or whatever. All right. Now, if you have collections with the collection companies and stuff, most collection companies, they don't have right of assignment, meaning that the creditor, they're not directly a partner with them. They just sold the paper off. Okay. That being said, looking at the statutes of limitations, I know a lot of you all have been having issues with charge-offs, and one of the things I keep telling you, like if it's a balance, if it's a zero balance charge-off, it's not affecting you. Okay, so that's one thing. Now, if you have a charge-off, now here's something that you definitely don't want to do. If you don't have the means to pay it, you want to challenge it with the creditors. Since they charged off the account, you want to challenge it with the creditors, and you want to ask them for a 1099-C. A 1099-C is your cancellation of debt. See, what most people don't know, when they do a charge off and the creditor said that they charged it off, they notified the IRS, say we took it as a loss. Well, their loss is your gain, meaning that their financial liability, they're supposed to pass it on to you. But what they do, they would charge it off and then hold on to the paper and try to collect on it. So they're getting credit from the IRS, plus they're trying to get money in their pocket. And they'll continue reporting. And actually, when they do a charge off, all collection activities is supposed to stop then and there, because they no longer are claiming financial responsibility of that debt. All right, so that's the reason I tell you guys, a lot of these people out here that say they are doing credit repair and stuff like that, you need to make sure they know what they're doing, because they can screw you over. All right, and they can really mess up your credit file. All right, when you're doing your credit sweeps, a lot of people, when they end up doing credit sweeps, they'll take off the negative and the positive. So then you end up with a thin file. So now you have to go back and rebuild up that file. And one of the things, fastest way to do it, is to add your rent on, so that to help age the file, but also add on authorized users. Okay, so those are just some helpful hints I wanted to share with you all. If you have any questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding, or you need a one-on-one consulting about looking at your personal credit and what things you need to do in order to remove negative items, I would tell you, before you move forward with any type of credit repair company, schedule a one-on-one consultation so I can actually tell you what's up, what's going on your file, so that way you know when you're talking to somebody and they say I can fix your credit, you know what to ask them and see how they respond, so that way you know if you're dealing with the right type of individual. All right, so this is Houston with Three-Way Funding. See you in the next video. Thank you.